Hey, what's up everybody? It's Drew, better known as RockChalk01, and today I'm continuing my series of ranking every single Disney animated film from worst to best based on a tier list. This time, we're going to be going over C tier. Let's get into it. Coming in last place, Atlantis, The Lost Empire. This film surprised the heck out of me because I originally did not like the film, but as I grew older, I really thought it was decent. I loved Milo's character development, and the story ended up working pretty well. And the score is so beautiful. So that's why it is here in C tier. In 15th place of C tier, Meet the Robinsons. I actually kind of liked this film as a kid, but then when it got to rewatch time, it started to drag a little bit. I like that the future setting is there, but it just did not seem to click. But it made it above Atlantis The Lost Empire because this was a C tier film from start to finish. In 14th place, Fun and Fancy Free. Now this one is a two-story film, Bongo and Mickey and the Beanstalk. And the reason why it's only C tier is because of Mickey and the Beanstalk. If it was just Mickey and the Beanstalk and it was just a full-length thing of that, this could have been honestly like a B to an A tier movie. Bongo seemed to drop that down because that was honestly like a D or an F. So that's why it's in the bottom half of C, because Bongo really brought this thing down. Coming in at number 13, Big Hero 6. Now this film on first watch was really good. I really liked it. But again, it's all on rewatches for me now because this film honestly seemed to drag a lot. I love the character Baymax. Baymax is a great character. The villains in this movie, honestly, I would say kind of stunk. I just did not like them from start to finish, and I didn't like the who's under the mask type of thing. So that's why Big Hero 6 is in this spot. Coming in 12th place, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Again, this is similar to Fun and Fancy Free. This is considered the best of the package films in my opinion because of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow story. It is phenomenal. Wind in the Willows did bring it down a lot because of the story that was being told in Disney's eyes, and that's why it kind of is here in the bottom half of C tier. Coming in at number 11 is The Aristocats, and I am a little shocked that Aristocats is this high. Honestly, on paper this looks like a D tier film, but then after rewatch, I kind of enjoyed the film. I really loved the character developments for the cats and also the villain in this film. The story wasn't all there, but it had some good parts to it. The songs were actually okay. I mean, there was Everybody Wants to Be a Cat. I think almost everybody knows that. Wow, that rhymed. If it wasn't for the character development being so good in this movie, I think this would be a lot lower. Starting the top 10, we have The Great Mouse Detective. I did not originally think that this was a Disney film until a lot of people ranked these films and I saw that it was a Disney film, so here you go. I loved the character arc for the villain. It was really written well. The score kind of brought this film down a lot. Other than that, it's a pretty decent film to watch, so that's why it's here cracking the top 10. In 9th place, Lilo and Stitch. Now, on first watch, when I watched this as a kid, it would have been easy A tier, maybe even S tier. But then on rewatch, the story just seems to drag. The character developments are perfect. They are one of the most perfect things, well, near perfect, because Lilo, I think it's her sister, has one of the worst character arcs and character developments in Disney history, in my opinion. And the score is really good. Probably one of, if not the best in the Disney canon. So that's why it's here, also cracking the top 10. Starting the top half of C tier at number 8 is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. That is a long title. It's multiple stories, and I love some of the stories. The songs in this, beautiful. I loved Pooh in this. I love Tigger. If this didn't have so many stories, this would have been a solid A tier film, but it's here starting the top half of C tier. In 7th place, Zootopia. Yeah, a lot of people are going to hate me for this one. I just did not seem to click with it. anticipation of the villain being the sheep just kind of stunk. She's not an intriguing villain to say whatsoever. The score is good, the story, I see it there, but the villain character line and the character development of that just seemed to fall flat. So that's why it's here in 7th place of C tier. In 6th place, The Fox and the Hound. Now this film, a lot of people would say that this is closer to the bottom of the Disney canon, but I really liked it because of the character developments between Todd and Copper, which in other people's minds, it's The Fox and the Hound. The story kind of seemed to be there for like half the movie and then it just dropped. But if it wasn't for the character developments of Todd and Copper, this film would have been a lot lower. Starting the top 5, in 5th place, Robin Hood. Now this is very similar to The Fox and the Hound, except this one has a better score. The character development of Robin Hood and Little John is beautiful. Love it. But if it wasn't for the story being there for almost half the movie and then dropping down, this would have been a lot lower. But the score really saved it. So that's why it's here in the top 5. In 4th place, WreckIt Ralph. Now this should have been B tier film for me, but King Candy / Turbo is a stupid villain. And the story and all that and the score were good. Just King Candy ruined it. So it could have been B tier, but it's here in 4th place of C tier. In 3rd place of C tier, Frozen. Now I'm bunkered down again because the 3-year-old to 8-year-old girls are getting ready to attack again. The story just seemed to suck, but other than that, the character developments were there. It was a really good character development. I hated Olaf again, but the score kills it. The score kills it. Let It Go, Love is an Open Door, Do You Want to Build a Snowman, all those songs. In Summer is another good one. They saved this film, and that's why it's in the top half and the top 3 of C tier. The runner-up in C tier is Brother Bear. Now this one was an S tier for me as a kid because I watched this constantly. Then I got older and then rewatches happened and I was like, well, it seems like it has 2 stories, with the Kenai story being the big one, and that one is a good story. The Denahi storyline of I Want to Kill This Bear is not good, and that's kind of what really kills it. And the score by Phil Collins is really, really good. I loved it. Phil Collins, make more soundtracks for Disney films, please. That's why Brother Bear is my runner-up. Taking the crown as the best film in C tier, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This film was this close to being B tier, but if it wasn't for the racial and the sexual stereotypes in this film, that's why it brought it down, because it honestly made me cringe. But Quasimodo is a great hero type of guy. Hellfire is a great song. It was this close to B tier, but congratulations to The Hunchback of Notre Dame. You're the top of C tier. And that is going to do it for my ranking of C tier. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Also, leave a like, share, and subscribe, and push that notification bell. Next time, we'll be going over B tier films. But until then, have a good day. Never ever bring exotic dancers to the field house, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.